You ever get the feeling that something is watching you right now? Not in a paranoid way, not in a metaphorical way. I mean literally. Right this second, through the screen. Most people laugh it off. Most people scroll past. But every once in a while, you come across something that makes you stop. Something that makes you wonder if maybe, just maybe, the internet isn't as safe as we think it is. Tonight, I'm going to tell you 5 unsolved mysteries that are still active in 2026, 5 cases that refuse to die, 5 stories that keep getting new chapters even though nobody wants them to, and number 5 might already be happening to someone watching this video. So turn off the lights, put your phone on silent, and whatever you do, don't look behind you until I finish. Let's begin. Number 5. Cicada 3301. If you've never heard of it, consider yourself lucky. In January 2012, an image was posted on 4chan, just a black background with white text. It said, "Hello, we are looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a message hidden in this image. Find it, and it will lead you on the road to finding us." That was it. No name, no organization, no explanation. What followed was one of the most elaborate, cryptic, real-world scavenger hunts in history. The puzzle led people through steganography, ancient runes, number stations, public telephone numbers in different countries, QR codes on posters physically put up in cities, coordinates that led to actual physical locations. And then, it just stopped. 3 rounds happened: 2012, 2013, 2014. After 2014, nothing. No more puzzles, no more messages, no proof of who was behind it. But here's what makes it terrifying in 2026. People who supposedly solved it disappeared from online entirely. Some claim they were recruited into a secret organization. Others say they were warned never to speak about it again. And every few months, even now, a new fake cicada image appears. Most are hoaxes, but every once in a while, one appears that uses the exact same cipher style from 2012. Nobody knows if the original group is still watching or if someone else is trying to continue their work. The question everyone is afraid to ask out loud: what if they finally found everyone they were looking for, and now they don't need to recruit anymore? Moving on. Number 4. The Max Headroom Incident. November 22, 1987, Chicago. 2 television stations were hijacked within the same night. First WTTW during Doctor Who, then WGN during the news. The intruder wore a Max Headroom mask, that creepy, glitchy 80s character, and performed a bizarre, rambling monologue. He sang. He made strange sexual comments. He held up a can of Pepsi, a direct parody of the real Max Headroom commercials. He got spanked with a fly swatter by someone off screen. The whole thing lasted about 90 seconds each time. The FCC launched a full investigation. The FBI got involved. They never found the person. They never found the equipment. They never even found the room where it was broadcast from. And here's the part that still chills people. The hijacker knew exactly when and how to override the broadcast signal. That kind of access in 1987 was extremely difficult and expensive. So either this was someone with serious technical knowledge and money, or someone who already worked inside the broadcast system. To this day, almost 40 years later, nobody has ever claimed responsibility. No deathbed confession, no leaked documents, nothing. Just 90 seconds of the creepiest television glitch in history, and silence ever. Number 3. Elisa Lam. If you've watched any horror documentary in the last 10 years, you've probably seen the elevator footage. January 2013. Cecil Hotel, Los Angeles. A young Canadian student named Elisa Lam disappears. The last known sighting of her alive is this chilling elevator security video. She walks in, presses almost every button, hides behind the wall, peeks out, waves her hands strangely, looks terrified, like she's hiding from someone. Then she steps out and disappears. Her body was found weeks later inside one of the rooftop water tanks, naked, floating. The lid was closed from the outside. The LAPD ruled it accidental. They said she had bipolar disorder, had a psychotic episode, climbed into the tank herself, but almost nobody believes that explanation. How did she get onto the locked roof? How did she close a heavy lid from the inside? Why were there no fingerprints but hers? Why did guests complain about black, foul-tasting water for weeks before anyone checked? And most disturbing of all, some people who have studied the elevator footage frame by frame claim they can see a second figure standing just outside the elevator doors, but completely invisible on camera. Just a shadow, just an outline. Coincidence? Or did something follow her that night? The Cecil Hotel has a long history of violence, suicides, and serial killers, but Elisa Lam's case still feels different. It still feels unfinished. Number 2. Hinterkaifeck, March 31st, 1922. A small farm in Germany. 6 people were murdered with a mattock, one by one. The entire family, plus their maid. But what makes this case legendary isn't just the brutality. It's what happened in the days before the murders. The family reported hearing footsteps in the attic for days. They found a newspaper in the house they never bought. They found footprints in the snow leading to the house, but none leaving. The day before the murders, someone used their tools to cut the teeth off their dog so it couldn't bark. The killer didn't leave after the murders. He stayed for almost a week. Neighbors reported smoke coming from the chimney. The animals were fed. The cows were milked. Someone lived in that house with 6 dead bodies for days. When police finally arrived, they found the bodies stacked neatly in the barn. The maid was killed in her bedroom. The youngest daughter had her hair cut off after she was dead. The killer was never caught. No motive, no suspects, no confession. And to this day, some researchers believe the killer was someone the family already knew, someone who was already living in the attic, watching them, waiting. And number 1, the one that still terrifies people the most in 2026, Timothy Pitzen. 6-year-old Timothy Pitzen disappears after his mother takes him on a sudden trip. She leaves a note saying she killed him, and then herself. Her body is found in a motel bathtub. Slit wrists. No sign of Timothy, no body, no blood evidence of murder. Case closed. Tragic murder-suicide, except 9 years later. In 2019, a 14-year-old boy walks into a bar in Kentucky. He tells the staff, "My name is Timothy Pitzen. I've been kidnapped for years. Please help me." He gives details only Timothy would know. Police arrive. DNA test. It's not him. It was a runaway teenager who knew the case and pretended to be Timothy. Everyone goes home, but then, in 2023, it happened again. A different call, a different state, a different teenager claiming to be Timothy. And again, in 2025, another sighting reported on Reddit. Each time the story gets more specific, each time more details match. Some people now believe that Timothy really is still alive, that someone is still holding him, and that person is letting him reach out just enough to keep the story alive, just enough to keep people searching, just enough to keep watching. So here's my question to you. Which one of these cases do you think is the most disturbing? Which one do you think will finally be solved? And which one do you think is going to get worse? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you made it this far, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next time one of these cases gets a new chapter, I'll be covering it the same night. Until then, lock your doors, close your tabs, and maybe, just maybe, don't look in the mirror too long tonight. You never know who might be looking back. I'll see you in the next one.